All right, welcome to the 5A state playoff play-in game. It's number 11 Cienega Bobcats hosting the number 22 seed Fairfax Stampede, representing the 5A Metro Conference. Jason Miller along with Reagan Scott here in this play-in game. Reagan, you know the energy with these girls on this team. You know they're primed and ready to go.
Yes, for sure.
I'm sure it's been a long day for them at school, and then finally what they've been waiting for is the softball match at 5 o'clock tonight.
Well, for sure. I feel like they've definitely had a long season, multiple tournaments, Phoenix, Vegas, all those. So these girls are definitely ready. There's a lot of new chemistry, especially with this being Tatham's last year. They're really excited to bring out what they have on the field and to, I guess, make him proud. As a Cienega softball program as a whole, we have all tried our best this season to make it one of his last season the best season for him. So I think the girls really have a lot of energy because of that as well.
Very well. And we see the starting lineup here for the Cienega Bobcats. So Annika McLaughlin, the senior at center field, will lead off. Batting second is the junior Aubrey Marks playing left field. Star Spangled Banner will be back in just a moment here on Bobcat TV. All right, so back to the starting lineup here for the Cats. It's going to be Annika McLaughlin in center field, batting leadoff. Aubrey Marks is batting 2 in left field. Caitlin Adams batting 3, playing third base. The designated player is Abby Bull. Skylar Harden is batting 5th, playing right field. Valerie Rodriguez plays shortstop and bats 6th. Lanessa Morales is playing second base, batting 7th. Kay Leanne Glass, or Brave Glass as she is known, will be playing catcher and batting 8th. Isabel Mendoza is playing first base. Alessandra Bernal will be towing the circle today here as a starting pitcher for the Bobcats. Bernal, 10-4 in the season, a 3.85 earned run average and a 1.50 whip, as you see her numbers there. Pretty solid numbers there for Bernal. And she is a junior. And then coming in here from Fairfax, Betty H. Fairfax High School in Levine, Arizona, the Stampede of Fairfax. Their lineup for today, we've got Taylor Etherton, who is leading off. She's also their starting pitcher. Aiden Martinez plays left field. She's a sophomore. She's batting number 2. Ileana Munoz is the shortstop, batting 3, the senior. Isabel Cienfuegos is the catcher, batting cleanup. Marissa Peraza playing third base, a senior. Maritza Rodriguez, the first baseman, a sophomore. Samantha Arazo in right field, a sophomore. Chloe Size is the center fielder, batting 8th, and Maria Rodriguez is the second baseman, and she's a sophomore, batting 9th. So what can we expect here today from Cienega's starting pitcher, Alessandra Bernal?
So Allie definitely is, she's been pitching for who knows how long. She started her freshman year. She's been on varsity since she was a freshman. She is Tatham's go-to girl. He definitely does have some backups just in case anything happens with Allie. I mean, she does have a few shoulder problems. But other than that, she has some nasty screws. She has a, back of the door screw. She has a rise that is pretty hit or miss, but she still has it in her back pocket. She also has a fastball.
That first pitch is low. That was a drop. So a drop, a rise, change up. not as much, a curve, a screwball, and you said like two different kind of screwballs.
She has 2 different kinds. So it just really depends on what the batter's looking like. I think it's kind of interesting that Fairfax has this starting pitcher.
There's one on the gap in left center field, and it's going to make its way to the wall here and speeding around first with a stand-up double leading off here for Fairfax. Taylor Etherton, the pitcher, so helping herself out here at the plate as well.
So like I said, I think that's just kind of interesting that you most pitchers either don't hit like that or don't start the lineup, usually how it is. So I think that's kind of interesting that she is a dual player, or not dual player, but well-rounded player.
Well, she's got great speed, and she's at second base here, and she's looking to run. So on the season, 28 stolen bases for Etherton, who is the junior, who is the starting pitcher for Fairfax High School.
Looks like a bunt. Corner should be crashing. Pull back.
It's fouled off behind the Fairfax dugout. And I missed that first pitch. Was that a ball or a strike on the first pitch?
Ball. So that was a little bit high.
So
I mean,
1-1.
Depending on the ump strike zone, Allie could be given anything. I mean, especially during a playoff game, it is tricky just because umps are either way tighter or don't give them everything that should be called.
All right, defensively here for Cienega. In left field, Aubrey Marks, the junior. In center field, Annika McLaughlin, the senior. Skylar Harden, the junior in right field. First base, Isabel Mendoza. Second base, Lanessa Morales. Shortstop, Valerie Rodriguez. Third base, Kat Adams. The catcher is Kayleigh Glass, or Brave Glass, and the starting pitcher in the circle, Alessandra Bernal,
and
who gets a foul off there, 1-2 count.
Let me just say, Miller, if you're looking at Cienega's starting lineup, especially for their infield is sophomores and freshmen. They have 2 juniors in the infield, so I feel like that's just something great to say about our program here at Cienega. Like, we have all these great players who obviously have much to bring to the table when other schools are junior, senior heavy team, whereas our middles are both sophomores and our first baseman is a freshman.
Rises high, a full count here to the second batter in the Stampede lineup, Aiden Martinez, the sophomore, the left fielder, number 5, 49 average on the year, and she strikes out. There's the rise. So the first strikeout here this afternoon for Alessandra Bernal. And it was just a rise, just challenging that batter there. And it looks very tempting always for a hitter when you see the ball about eye level. Oh, I can hit that.
Rise is always the one that gets you.
So first out here in the top of the first. There's a bullet, and that's a fair ball. Runner, and their ball is booted by the left fielder, so the runner will score very easily. Etherton Taylor scores the first run of the game on a sharp RBI single by Ileana Munoz, the shortstop. A .701 batting average, by the way, on the season, with now her 50th RBI on the year. So a big-time run producer there in the number 3 hole, the senior Ileana Munoz. And that brings up Isabel Cienfuegos, the catcher, and she takes a called strike.
Looking at that ball that number 3 hit, that would have been a single. Should have been a single. Now runner in scoring position for number 6, which you said was Isabel
Cienfuegos. So Cienfuegos, 6 home runs, 30 runs batted in, a .447 batting average. She's behind 0-2. Not sure where that pitch was, but a ball and 2 strikes here to Cienfuegos.
1 out.
Fouls that one off. Back behind the screen onto Marianne Cleveland Way. The road, it seems interminably long, that runs between the 2 exits off of the I-10 freeway heading east. There's the Colossal Cave exit, or Wentworth, and there's the Houghton Road exit. Rise is high. So struggling a little bit here, just a little bit with command early.
But Brave behind the plate, that's DreamWorks.
Here's a
easy fly ball for Aubrey Marks.
Yep, Marks takes a step back, makes the catch. Runner has to retreat back to second base, 2 outs. So a fly ball to left field. And that brings up Marissa Peraza, another senior here, the third baseman, a 444 average, 37 runs batted in on the year, 10 stolen bases. So stolen bases is a trend here. Looking at Fairfax, they've got
speed.
They have speed at plenty, and I want to say 123 steals on the year, as that one's fouled off behind the Fairfax dugout. I don't know about success rate. I don't know attempts out of those stolen bases. So I know they've got a lot of steals to their ledger. Many of those student athletes with double-digit steals.
I think as soon as we see Cienega come up to bat, we will also see those high numbers for our two leadoffs, Aubrey Marks and Annika McLaughlin, just because they do have that speed, as well as a few other girls on the team.
So an early conference here, as you see Brave Glass go out to talk to Alessandra Bernal at the circle. Maybe just making sure they're on the same page here in terms of how they're going to attack this batter, Marissa Peraza. Peraza, a senior. Got a runner at second base, 2 outs. Fairfax scoring first here. Taylor Etherton with a sharp double. And then scoring on a laced single down the third base line.
Yeah!
Great effort there by Brave Glass. It makes a beautiful catch.
Yes.
The enthusiasm is warranted. That's fine.
Well, I don't want to scream into the mic.
Oh yeah, that's good. Do everybody a favor listening at home.
Sometimes the softball energy just gets to you. It really does.
No, it does. It's infectious. The energy here, you can feel it. So it feels like a relatively cool Wednesday afternoon here on the 27th of April. We're in the shadow though, so we're in the shade.
Yes.
It's much more uncomfortable out there, exposed to the sun and the elements. But I know the girls are ready to battle here. And a hallmark of Era Tatham, who is just a remarkable coach, I would say a legendary coach here in the state of Arizona.
Love Coach Tatham.
He's going to go full throttle, and he's going to be very aggressive here to try to get that equalizer run across the board and tie this game up here in the bottom of the first inning.
So as being a part of the program, a big part of our, both JV and varsity, we really believe in spreading the gap. So first inning, you want to really put those runs on the board, spread the gap, make the opponents work to catch up to you. So I know Tatham is going to be looking for his girls to get those hits, bat on the ball, score those runs, steal those bases to spread that gap and start the game off right.
And the Bobcats here, they have a difficult task here. Taylor Etherton is not unhittable, right? So she's 4-1 on the year with a 6.43 earned run average and a 2.16 whip. So the ERA and the whip are relatively high. 61 innings pitched. 65 runs on the year, 60 strikeouts, 32 walks. So she's averaging a strikeout per inning, but she's also susceptible to giving up some hard contact. So here's a pitcher that Cienega can certainly scratch a run or several runs across here.
And with big hitters such as Abby Bowl, Kat Adams, their power, they are Tatham's home run hitters. And so I think with Abby Bowl, she has 6 home runs this year, Kat Adams 5. So I feel like with the girls like that, they don't have a hard time hitting off of any type of pitcher.
Well, here's the speedy senior, Annika McLaughlin, one of the great McLaughlins who have played softball here at Cienega High School. That's the call on that one. So called strike there in the inside corner.
First strike. Annika's known to slap, so we'll see what happens. Yep, there she goes for it.
So for baseball fans, very Ichiro-like, right? Ready to just get some contact and fly. Use her wheels and get out of the box and fly down the line. Great table setter is the senior for the Bobcats. She slaps that one foul, heads up. Almost hit somebody. Oh, it's Coach Bushy there on the golf cart. So you saw some heads there and some movement there. Sharply laced foul ball, and quickly a 1-2 count here to Annika McLaughlin. There's a nice little stroke there, just serving it to left field. Great back control there by McLaughlin.
So if you look, Miller, these outfielders,
that's right.
I think they don't realize how big our field is. We have the biggest field in Arizona. Bigger than colleges, bigger than all the other high schools, so they're all playing in.
Playing pretty shallow.
So when they see these girls come up, we'll see how well that works for them.
Aubrey Marks, 400 batting average, also a speedy slapper there, as you see her getting ready to get a little bit of a head start.
So I was talking to Aubrey today. Aubrey said she has been having a little bit of trouble at the plate, so we will see what she can bring to the game if she can make that contact and put runs on the board.
Takes a called strike, so a ball and a strike here to Aubrey Marks.
Little grounder to right field.
Base hit to right.
Annika's going to make it to third.
Great base running here. Heads up. It's
And
coming our direction. Watch out for that equipment there, Mr. Irvin. My first concern is my well-being and safety. My second concern is the equipment with Bobcat TV. That's good. It's good.
well, so if you see Annika turn to run home, she could have made it. Third baseman was in the base path. So we will see.
So a single for Marks. Great heads-up base running there by McLaughlin, taking the extra base with her speed. And here's Kat Adams, the third baseman. 419 on the season. 5 home runs and 25 runs batted in.
Like I said, big power hitter. Big power hitter. And as you see, left field starting to back up.
Yeah, and the wind, that's a factor too. The flags are fully unfurled here, blowing out from right to left field, but straight out. So straight out toward left center field is how the wind's going here. That could be a factor tonight.
I think that's my favorite part about being over on this side is our wind blows out, the boys' wind blows in. So boys baseball, whenever they blow in, their balls aren't getting that drift that ours are.
Called strike on the inside corner. Looked like the drop there. 2 balls and 1 strike to Kat Adams. She lifts this one to deep left center field, and that one's off the wall. So both runners will race home, and trotting into second base with a double is Kat Adams.
And like I said, Miller, I told you those girls are going to get ate up if they don't realize that with big power hitters, you can't be playing that far forward.
Yeah, no doubt. Annika McLaughlin dislacing the ball to left field, serving it to left, going the other way. And then Aubrey Marks, a sharp single between the first and second baseman. And then Kat Adams with a double there to the gap in left center field. And that brings up Abby Bowl.
2 power hitters back to back.
Yeah, she's definitely a power hitter. So 6 home runs, 40 RBI on the season, 368 batting average. She's a designated player, so she's batting in place of Alessandra Bernal, who is flexed out. Well, you see it here. I mean, Tatham is like a caged tiger, just kind of stalking along the third base side here as a third base coach. Very engaged, always into every pitch, and certainly the agenda here was to, reclaim the lead or at least tie it up here, and the Cats have done that.
And like I said, being Tatham's last year, he's really looking for that championship because he hasn't had one in a few years.
It's been a drought for him. It's been more than 3 seasons, so.
Well, that's counted us too, because we did have COVID season, so that doesn't really count.
No, you're right. That's true. We've got a hawk flying through towards center field. One of several on the campus of Cienega. Pitch is low and away. It's a 3-1 count here to Abby Bowl.
And that's going to be out on the throwdown.
So picked off of second base, just drifting a little bit off of the bag was Kat Adams. So a quick out here, the first of the inning.
No damage done
for Fairfax. There's a called strike. So full count now to Abby Bowl. Again, a 368 hitter with 6 homers and 440 RBI on the year. Looked like a change up there, pretty nasty pitch. And the first strikeout here on the afternoon for Taylor Etherton. And that brings up Skylar Harden. Harden, the junior right fielder, 435 average, 4 home runs, 30 runs batted in, 21 runs scored, 10 for 10 on stolen bases. The Cats as a team collectively 56 for 57, 98% success rate stealing. So very efficient on the base paths there at Tatham's Bobcats of Cienega High School. Harden takes a called strike, 0-1. That rises high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Skylar Harden.
Skylar last year DH for varsity.
Takes that drop low. 2 balls and a strike. But I like the energy here. We're right next to the dugout of Cienega.
Yes.
You can hear the chirping, the chattering, the cheering. It's very positive, and it's just meant to keep everybody engaged in the game. That's part of it. I love it. It's part of it.
That's why I love softball. So
There's a lace, and Tatham tried to field that one.
That's going to be an
foul.
inside pitch. Turned on that one.
So we'll see if Etherton goes to that changeup. Maybe it was a screwball that she threw to Abby Bowl. Her first strikeout on the afternoon.
Sky waits on that changeup and drives
beautiful.
it to right.
Boy, she let that ball go deep to her, and she just did a nice job of fighting it off and serving it into right field. So Cat batters here not afraid to go the other way with their swings. And Hardin's on first with a single.
Valerie Rodriguez, number 8, Bobcat royalty. She, her and her sister were the dynamic duo last year. Valerie is a great hitter. She's a great fielder. Like I said, started varsity as a freshman, played varsity, started, like she was in the starting lineup last year, so her and her sister definitely fouls that one off. She's going to be 0-2.
One of many sophomores in the infield, as you mentioned.
Yes. So we have Valerie Rodriguez, Linus Morales, or Chiquis, and then we have Kayleigh Glass or Brave catching.
And an 0-2 count here, and that drop is in the dirt. Hardin wheels to second base. Throw down from the catcher, and she's back in time. The catcher for Fairfax is Isabel Cienfuegos, and she does have a pickoff throw to second base. And there's a called strike 3. But the Cats of Cienega here answering back, and they bring 2 across the plate to reclaim the lead 2-1 as we head to the top of the second inning on Bobcat TV. Sorry, that was strikeout looking, right?
Yes.
Thank you. The backward K is my favorite letter in the alphabet. Almost purchased a cap over the weekend that I saw at a sporting goods store, but didn't quite have the right fit for me. So the Bobcats there with 4 hits in the inning and 2 runs across the board. McLaughlin and Marks at the top of the order as the Cats reclaim the lead 2-1.
They just have to tighten their defense up, and they hopefully Fairfax will not be able to put any more runs on the board.
So for the Stampede of Fairfax High School, again out of Levine, representing the 5A Metro Conference, where they were 10-0 on the season, 16-11 on the year, the number 22 seed in the tournament. The Bobcats, the number 11 seed, 16-12 on the year, so very similar records, 6-2 in the 5A Southern Conference, a conference that was won by Sunnyside. So Maritza Rodriguez, the sophomore first baseman, and then Samantha Araso, another sophomore in right field, and Chloe Size, the sophomore center fielder. So a trio of sophomores here in the bottom of the order for Fairfax. Rodriguez, .467 average, 3 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Takes a called first strike. Good camera work here. I want to thank our crew. I'll just mention them in just a moment. Called second strike.
That's going to be outside corner.
So Nick Irvin's our director. We have Jack Ferguson, the third, running camera. Nick Powell running camera. Reagan Scott on color. And I'm Jason Miller. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout of the afternoon for Alessandra Bernal.
Allie's definitely very hard to get her timing down. I mean, just hitting off of her practices, tryouts, whatever. She's not easy to hit off of.
And I know it's been an arduous path for her in terms of rehabilitating
the
right shoulder. So the shoulder
strike
barks.
Again, outside corner.
Yep, good call.
I found your TikTok account.
It's good camera work. That center field camera is very nice too. Our static shot. There's a bunt fielded very cleanly by the first baseman, and the second baseman there covering nicely on the play.
That's
so
Lanessa Morales and then Isabel Mendoza.
So Isabel Mendoza coming in to field it. Lanessa Morales just rotating over from second to first to field that one. Again, defensively for Cienega in the infield, it's Isabel Mendoza at first base, Lanessa Morales at second, Valerie Rodriguez at shortstop. And there's a soft base hit going right up the middle there.
I was talking to Isabel today, and she's like, when you do it, You gotta say my name, Isabel, and then hold it for a long time
Hold it.
so I can be famous.
You can do that. I don't know how famous she'll be, but you can certainly do that. You've got license to do whatever you wish.
Little high.
All right, so this is Chloe Size, the center fielder, 400 batting average on the year.
Nice, easy pop fly for Aubrey Marks.
Yep, easy breezy. Good catch by Marks, second out of the inning. Pretty sharply hit to
That's
left
3.
field.
Switching to the bottom of the second.
I missed something in my books. What did I miss? There's a strikeout.
So strikeout.
There's a fly out to left.
Yep. So Alessandra Bernal struck out Maritza, and then she struck out Samantha.
All right. So sorry. So
Number 9 and number 7.
So 3 strikeouts here for Ali Bernal in her 2 innings of work. And the Bobcats in the bottom of the second inning will have Lanessa Morales, Brave Glass, and Isabel Mendoza. So the 7, 8, and 9 hitters here, the bottom of the order for the Cats. Again, a beautiful breeze here. I'm so thankful for that.
This is the best weather to play in.
Kind of that late April, early evening. It's hot in the daytime. I think it was 96 today.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it starts to cool off around this time late in the afternoon. So later start, and we like the late start time. It allows the parents and the fans to travel.
Yes.
The fans from Levine to make the trek down I-10 down here to Vail, Arizona. And then the local fans to get off of work and then dash over to watch their girls play here tonight. And it bought us some more time to get ready. We needed every moment. Let's be real. Every second we needed to get set here tonight.
Mr. Irvin and I were talking to Brave today, and she kind of mentioned a little bit about her injury and her rehabilitation as well. So this is one of her first games back as a catcher.
Les takes a ball that was up. Swing and a miss. So count is even at 1-1.
Lanessa also last year, one of the dynamic duos with her sister, her and Valerie pop to center. Gonna be an easy catch.
Chloe Size there just squeezes that one, easy breezy in center field. First out of the inning in the bottom of the second, and here's Brave Glass. So tell us about, it's Brave's rehabilitation as well, right?
Yes, so Brave had a strained ligament in her, like a UCL ligament that was strained. So from her, like down her forearm. So she was out for a little while because of that.
And is that in her throwing arm?
Yes, in her throwing arm. So very lots of shoulder injuries for Cienega softball.
Just that repetitive motion, right? You'll see that in sport. You'll see it in swimming, right?
Yeah.
You might see it in wrestling.
Baseball, football.
Baseball, football for sure. Repetitive motion.
Swing and a miss for Glass. Going 1-2.
Swing and a miss there. May have been the screwball on the outside corner. So another strikeout here. That is the 3rd of the afternoon for Taylor Etherton, the junior pitcher, the starter for Fairfax. Again, 4-1 on the season, a 6.43 earned run average and a 2.16 whip. But a gritty gamer out there who is battling. Bobcats have Isabel Mendoza, the first baseman, up at the plate.
Izzy's just beautiful on the field. She makes everything look so clean. And she has a bat on her, an absolute bat. She is left-handed, but she's not a slapper. So we'll see what she brings to the plate.
And she got hit with that one, so she just turned away from that one. The ball grazing ever so slightly off of her, I guess it's off of her right hip.
Yeah,
her lead hip. So hit by pitch.
Top of the lineup, Annika McLaughlin.
Right, and she had a beautiful hit to left field to open things up here. She scored the Bobcats' first run to tie the game in the bottom of the first. 558 on the year. 46 runs scored on the season, and a perfect 23 for 23 on stolen bases.
It's going to be first strike for McLaughlin. 2 outs. Runner on 1. Strike 2. Annika looks a little confused by that one.
Yeah, that was, I mean, you know, I'm watching the screen, right? So my gaze here is split between real-time live and the camera feed from center field.
And Annika's going to run that one out.
Oh, it's very close.
She's
They
gonna be
just
out.
got her. That's a good call. So it'll be 6-3 on that play. No runs for the Cats, no hits, and a batter hit by pitch. Go ahead.
I will say, like, playing softball for Cienega for 2 years, like, it is tricky sometimes. Sometimes we don't always get the best calls. I mean, we are one of the top schools, so it's hard. Some umpires try to, like, give a little leeway with other schools, so it just depends on what they're going to give and what they aren't.
Yep, no doubt. And you know, you want to see consistency. So as long as the umpire is consistent for both sides, I think everything will be fine and dandy. But McLaughlin has a legit complaint there on that second called strike.
Yeah.
It's definitely outside. It was probably her screwball, right, that bore in and then kind of tailed away.
Most definitely.
For McLaughlin. So for Fairfax, it'll be the bottom of their lineup. Their second baseman, Maria Rodriguez, a .455 average, 21 runs batted in, 29 runs scored for the sophomore. Let's make sure that she is number 2 here, who's coming up. I may have missed that. Maybe she was flexed out. So top of the lineup here, Taylor Etherton is batting in the top of the 3rd inning. Etherton, a .442 average. She opened the afternoon here with a sharp double in the gap in left center field and then scored the first run of the game on an RBI single by Ileana Munoz.
So now that Annika has seen where she hits, I mean, Annika could have had that ball knowing, so she's preparing herself knowing that it could be hit to her again. I know it's definitely taking mental notes. A lot of the game is like, where did they hit? What am I going to do? Prep step, all that. So hoping to, if she does hit out there again, pop up to Isabel. Oh, Lanessa's going to take that one.
So Lanessa Morales there catching the pop-up. First out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Aiden Martinez comes up to the plate, a .489 hitter, the sophomore left fielder. She struck out in her first at-bat, struck out swinging. And she's flashing bunt here, or feigning bunt, and then she takes a hack at that, swings and misses, strike 1.
And we had 3 up, 3 down last inning, so hopefully we can do that again this inning.
Right.
Pop out, foul ball.
Have Allie Burnell get into a little bit of a rhythm here, a little bit of a groove. You hear Eric Tatham, the coach from Cienega here, just imploring her, that away, kid. Nice pitch there, keep it going. That little chatter, right? You just want that constant chatter here. You don't want people just kind of drifting away with their attention, either in the dugout or out there on the field. That's
going to be a missed.
Swing and a miss?
No, that's going to be that was a good pitch.
Oh, a missed. You thought that was this should have been a called strike 3?
Yeah.
Let's see this here.
Pop up. That's going to be Isabella Mendoza. And,
and the ball will drift out of bounds. So the catcher there alertly thought about touching it, but she's like, no, don't touch it.
Yeah.
So a good try there. And the base runner flying down the line was a distraction. So Aiden Martinez going down the line was a distractor for Isabel Mendoza. Mendoza couldn't field that one. And then Brave Glass thought about it, but she's like, no, don't touch it. So foul ball.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's going to be 2 down for the Bobcats.
Strikeout number 4 for Allie Burnell.
I'll tell you, Miller, that is the worst feeling. Like when you, on one of our last games, I got called out because I hit the ball, but apparently I was in the players. So he called me out. He said I was out of the line.
You're out of either out of the batter's box or out of the line.
I was out of the running line.
Gotcha.
The running lane. That's a
sharp hit. So Ileana Munoz, all she does is just wrap out hits. Again, a .700 batting average, 50 runs batted in and 52 runs scored on the season for the number 3 hitter, the senior Ileana Munoz. So she's at first base. She's 12. She's got 12 steals on the season, so a threat here to run potentially. And Isabel Cienfuegos, the catcher,
first
takes a called strike. Cienfuegos, she flew out to left field her first at bat. Pretty solid contact in her first plate appearance. Takes that drop low in the dirt, so a ball and 1 strike here to Cienfuegos, the catcher this afternoon for Fairfax High School. Swing and a miss on that pitch.
1-2. Trying to go for that third out at first.
So a ball and 2 strikes. Ali Bernal winds and deals. Here's a ball laced to right field for a single. Throw to first.
That's
that's a close one. Umpire may have been influenced there by the first base coach, who was also calling the play safely. So very close. So Cienfuegos is at first on the single. Munoz goes to second base. There are 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. And here's Marisa Peraza, the third baseman, the senior, a .444 hitter with 37 runs batted in on the year. She popped up to catcher on a great play by Brave Glass, who had to dive to make that catch in the dirt.
And as Coach Tatham, I just heard him from the dugout, no doubles. He told Marks, no doubles. If number 12 hits a double, she will go 2 runs in. And I think Tatham's okay with getting that tying run because he'll come back, spread that gap. But told Marks, no doubles.
Yeah, all about run prevention, right? So ideally for Cienega's perspective, to get out of this inning, despite having base runners on here in a pretty active top of the 3rd inning, the goal is to come out with a 0. Swing and a miss. Looks like the rise. Yep, ball and 2 strikes. Marisa Peraza, the senior third baseman.
That's a pop to Annika McLaughlin. Easy catch all day.
Tracking, makes a nice catch.
I mean, and Annika's one of
as good as
the
they come in
greatest
center field.
outfielders I know. I mean, she does have commitments to school, so I mean, with how good she is, there's no doubt about it.
I'd say a sterling student athlete as well. So thriving academically, and certainly as a center fielder and as a table setter here in this lineup. She's gonna be a speedy slap hitter wherever she's playing college. I forget her school.
Gardner-Webb University.
Thank you very much, Reagan
yes.
Scott. Gardner-Webb University.
Yes.
So they're gonna get a great player.
I'm very excited for her. I was talking to her about it the other day. She's excited. She is going to go take her senior pictures and go do all that fun stuff. So she's really excited to move out there and have fun in college.
So both of her sisters have their numbers retired out there in the outfield. I see Faith McLaughlin all the way down the right field line.
Yes.
And Peyton McLaughlin, she's got to be out there somewhere as well.
Peyton, I think
Annika, hers will be retired as well. So the McLaughlins, a wonderful softball family here that has paid so many dividends for Coach Eric Tatham over the years.
Well, and that's one thing I love about Annika is she has a relationship with Coach Tatham, and it doesn't it works. It all works.
She's meticulous.
Yes.
I talked to her this morning. She's in my first period government class, so I just asked her, hey, do you know the lineup for today? She's like, yeah. She's like, I'll text Tatham. I'm like, yeah, text him, but do you know what the lineup's going to be? She's like, yeah. So she wrote it down for me. It was spot on.
Yeah.
And then I ran it past Tatham after 0 hour before first period. He's like, that's it. He's like, she's got it. She's got everything down. So
yeah.
Meticulous is how I would describe Annika McLaughlin.
They are best friends, uncle and niece.
Oh, that's good to know, too.
Yes.
I did not know that relationship.
You did not?
I did not.
Oh, yes. So
Reagan, there's so much that I don't know.
Annika is Coach Tatham's niece. So they're best friends.
Perfect. So here's Aubrey Marks, the junior left fielder. She's 1 for 1. She had a single and scored a run in the bottom of the first inning as the Bobcats claim the lead.
Aubrey also committed as well, verbally as a junior, to Oregon State.
Nice. She'll be a Beaver. Oh, that one goes off somebody's house. I bet that house has been peppered many a time with some errant pop flies.
free softballs.
Right. And a sharp single right up the middle for Aubrey Marks. So 2 for 2. And Kat Adams, who doubled in her first at bat, drove in 2 runs, and she was picked off of second base. She just kind of drifted off a little bit far there, taking her secondary lead. Adams, 419 on the season, 27 runs batted in.
Bottom of the third. See what Kat can do here for us.
Well, it's a great nickname if you're a kiddo at Cienega High School and your nickname's Kat.
Yeah.
You just fit in very well.
Yes. I love Kat. She's so sweet.
She's a cool cat.
Oh, here comes Emily Rodriguez.
I think that's a called strike. And there's a drop, swung on and missed. So 2 strikes here for Kat Adams. Actually, that's 2 and 2 now on Kat Adams. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sorry, 3 and 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count here to Adams. Oh, there's a sharp single to right field. We got Aubrey Marks here coming to third base, and she'll stop right there at third.
Single for Adams, 2 for 2. Up is Abby Bowl.
Abby struck out swinging her first at bat. So Marks at third base, Adams at first base. First 2 hitters aboard here in the bottom of the third inning for Cienega. And a conference there, maybe a courtesy runner. And I think that's exactly what we've got going on here. So the courtesy runner for Cienega
Callie Ward.
is Callie Ward, thank you, number 12. So she is one of Cienega's pitchers. And Eric Tatham told me this morning, he's like, I think Callie Ward's going to be maybe my first runner off the bench. So a courtesy runner at first for Kat Adams, Callie Ward.
Callie is sister of Andrew Ward, who's a senior on Bobcats baseball.
I was going to ask you that question.
Yes, so they are siblings. Andrew and Callie, they're funny. They're hilarious. Love them both. Callie's the sweetest. They're both very good athletes. Definitely runs in the family.
And Abby Bowl takes a called first strike.
Callie did start freshman as a freshman on varsity. Sophomore this year.
Foul ball, heads up. That's right in our wheelhouse. So just to give you some perspective, we're at the end of the Cienega dugout right by third base. And there's an opening here in the fence, I think deliberately done so. It gives us an unobstructed view, but we're also vulnerable here for some sharp foul balls coming our direction.
We'll be okay.
I'll protect you. I'll throw my hand out there. You're not getting hit, I'll say that. And if we can get a souvenir, it would make my day. Of course they're going to keep them.
I've gotten hit many a times by the softballs, Miller.
Second base?
Second base,
Second base, all right.
Second base and shortstop. Second base and shortstop.
Change up there. Bowl, nice job to just get a piece of that one, to foul that one off.
Abby's battling here. 0-2.
Can you squeeze that just a skosh? I'm using that for my pitch count. Perfect, thank you, sir. Very good.
Look up there, Miller. It's up there.
Oops, sorry, thank you. On the scoreboard.
So runners on 1 and 3, no outs. Abby's going to get another piece of it, another life.
I might hit a car there driving east or westbound on Marion Cleveland Way. Again, the crew for tonight, this afternoon, Nick Irvin's our director. We've got Hunter Alexander here, who is the producer of the broadcast. We've got Jack Ferguson III and Nick Powell running camera, Reagan Scott on color, and I'm Jason Miller. Changeup. She stayed back on that one and drove it in. So 1 run scores. Going to first base is Bowl. Callie Ward moves up to second base, and scoring on that soft single is Aubrey Marks, her 2nd run of the afternoon.
Scores 3-1. Bobcats are up by 2. Fairfax is trying to hold together. No outs this inning. Bottom of the 3rd. Skylar Harden up to bat.
So Callie Ward's at second. Abby Bowles at first. Nobody out here. Bottom of the 3rd inning. And here's Skylar Harden.
First strike, gonna be down the middle.
Harden singled in her first at bat. Very smooth right fielder. I would guess that she would move into center field next year as a senior. I would guess. No, you're shaking your head no.
No. Next year, Aubrey Marks will be playing center field. Skylar will probably be going to left field unless she does decide to stay in right, depending on the coach.
And a player to be named will be playing right field?
I do not know.
Okay.
I do not know. That's a good question.
Sharp single here, and Callie Ward flies around third base. She's going to score standing up she'll slide. So wasn't aware maybe, so she hits the dirt. Get out the bleach tonight and get those dirt stains out of those pants. I'm surprised actually how easily that dirt and grass comes out of white pants. I thought it would be like an impossible task.
It's pretty easy as long as you do it right after. But like I said, depending on the coach, it really depends. Like I said, this is Tatham's last year. We are going to miss him dearly, and it'll definitely be different. But hopefully, Bobcat softball will still be the same as it is, and we will still be working hard.
That's a good shot there. I don't know if Nick's on that one. So get a nice close up there. We can see some faces of those kiddos. I see Skylar Harden there in that huddle. So Coach Tatham with his charges, just going over all the details here, making sure everyone's on the same page. So we've got, and refresh my memory here, we've got, I think, Abby Bowles at second base.
Abby Bowles at second.
Skylar Harden's at first with her RBI single. And Abby had an RBI single as well.
Valerie Rodriguez up to bat.
There we go. Valerie Rodriguez up at the plate. She struck out looking at her first at bat. So 4-1 Cienega here in the bottom
Courtesy
of the third inning.
runner for Abby. We're going to have Sophia Butt, who is a freshman.
9 runs scored on the year for the Frosh. And Sophia wears number 2 on her jersey. And Valerie Rodriguez, the sophomore shortstop, up at the plate for her second at bat. A couple of runners on base here. Nobody out. Bottom of the third inning. And Tatham, I know, is trying to bust this game wide open here right now.
So, I mean, you've heard all the many nicknames. So Valerie, V-Rod.
Okay. I haven't heard any nicknames, actually. So
you've never heard the nickname?
No, so as you hear them, feel free to share. There's a sharp single here to left, and the runner's going to stop at third base. So Tatham initially was given the signal here to fly around third, but told her to put on the brakes. So now the bases are loaded. Rodriguez a single. Abby Bull at third. Skylar Harden at second. Valerie Rodriguez at first base. And here's Lanessa Morales, who flew out to center field in her first at bat. Changeup or a curve called for a strike. Oh, perfect. 304 batting average on the season, a 492 slugging. Nick Irvin's all over the stats. I love it. Good stuff here. I know he was up late last night, Mr. Irvin, running statistics, just entering data, putting positions. I can tell. Poor Mr. Irvin. Monday night was a late night. He was over at the Vail Theater of the Arts.
And that's going to be a shot to center field.
A deep shot to center field. That one might go.
Home run.
See ya.
That's a 3-run. That's a grand slam.
It's a grand slam. Oh, Dr. Lanessa Morales here, busting this game wide open in the bottom of the third inning.
Tatham very excited. See hands clapping.
Oh, you've got some people who are honking their horns as well.
Bringing the score 8-1.
So a grand slam for Lanessa Morales, her second home run of the season. She's now at 18 RBI on the year.
And if you hear them chanting, that's our sophomore.
Pow.
That is our sophomore. Like I said, big bat, just like her sister.
Just like that, it's 8-1 Cienega.
Be a foul for Brave.
Well, as if the girls needed it, they've been re-energized.
Yes.
The chirping has commenced, full throat.
Brave's going to reach for that change, not her pitch.
So Kayleanne Glass, Brave.
Brave.
Nickname for Braveheart, who I think is William Wallace. And I'm sure Mr. Irvin knows what century Mr. William Wallace was active. Okay, 13th century.
Be an easy grounder to first, tag her out.
Died in 1404? 1304. Executed in 1304. For what, treason and sedition against the crown? Oh, gosh. In that order? Hanged first. Not killed. Oh, gosh. And then drawn and quartered. That's just awful. Let's talk about it in the half inning. That's a good. I think so, Reagan. But let's chat in the half inning. We'll mute the mics after this.
1 out. I mean, this is great inning for the Bobcats. They definitely spread that gap like that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, indeed.
Fairfax trying to battle back.
Grounder foul down the first baseline. So it has to be demoralizing, right, for Fairfax. First, you have to get on a bus, right? And there's the travel challenges. Like, what time do you leave school? What time do you want to arrive on campus? How early you want to get there? How do you get into your routine? Are you going to stop for a meal? Are you going to take a nap on the bus drive down? All these factors, right? And then you open up the top of the first with a good inning, and you put a run across the board, and you feel good about everything. And you're tied there for a moment, and then the Cats take the lead. But boy, this has been a huge bottom of the third inning here. Very difficult for Fairfax to kind of withstand here.
And I feel like definitely the faraway games are the worst to like kind of go through, especially if you lose coming from the other school that is far, because then you have that bus ride back, and that bus ride back is just like grueling, and it's just like, oh, like what could we have done? And especially in a playoff game.
Right.
That's going to be a shot to the gap, right center gap.
Sharp. That's a double here, maybe a triple. Surrounding two. She's coming for 3.
She's going to dive down.
Sliding into third base, and she'll stand in there. And Tatham's yelling at her to slide. He's upset about that. He wants her to slide. Boy, the intensity here is off the charts. Love to see that. So Brave Glass here with a triple. And Isabel Mendoza, who was hit by a pitch, just ever so slightly grazed off of her front hip, her lead hip, her right hip. And here she is in her second at bat.
And like I told you, Miller, she's got a bat. I mean, she does not, what's the word? Doesn't fail.
She's going up there with, her intent is to do damage. You can just tell. She's looking for something in her wheelhouse to drive. Found that one off.
And I mean, a lot of people think bottom of the lineup, that's not the best place to be, but that's, if you look at it like from a coach's standpoint, and when as a player, like your coach is always telling you, well, this half of the lineup is just a new lineup. So once you get to like 1 through 6, and then 7 is a new lead hitter, so then you're in the 3 hole technically. It's
been a very productive lineup here from top to bottom. A deep lineup, a lineup that is adept at.
That's going to be a
beautiful bunt here. Oh boy, and everybody there kind of moaning and groaning in unison there. A little bit of puzzlement and some meowing. I'm going to call that meowing here from the dugout. So, boy, she dropped that bunt right down, and it appeared to be right on the line. So we don't have the best vantage point though. So
no,
foul ball.
That should have been fair. But then again, I'm not very biased.
Tough to see the line from where we're at here down the third base line.
That's gonna be a shot.
Well, a laced hit here, and another
Isabel's
RBI.
gonna make it home.
So Isabel with the RBI single, and she scores Brave Glass, who had just tripled a couple of minutes before that. And back to, it is the top of the order here, right?
Annika McLaughlin
Yes.
just batted. Now we are at 2-hole Aubrey Marks.
I missed something. I missed something with Isabel. Did Isabel single?
Isabel had a triple. Annika had a single.
So I was off there on the triple as well. So sorry about that. All right, McLaughlin at first. Aubrey Marks here batting for the second time this inning. She's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles and a pair of runs scored. McLaughlin sliding back in safely. Again, Annika is a speedster and a threat on the bases. 23 for 23 on stolen bases on the year. And the Bobcats, a superlative 55 out of 56 on steals, 98%. 98.3 success rate here, stealing bases for the Bobcats. So Marks draws the walk. It's been a laborious half inning of work here for Taylor Etherton. Bobcats here putting a crooked number on the board in the bottom of the third inning. And here comes Kat Adams. And Kat, a double and a pair of RBI in her first at bat, a single and a run scored in her second at bat, and batting for the second time this inning.
So Coach Tatham just told Aubrey, can you catch her? 1 down. So he's wanting Aubrey to send Annika home. And Aubrey.
Gotcha. So a little like a shuttle running drill.
That's
Ball's just foul down the
foul.
third base line.
Foul ball.
Foul by a few feet. Little Finding Nemo reference there.
Yes. Kat being an absolute power hitter this game. That's going to be a strike.
Strike on the inside corner. 0-2.
It's going to be a ball.
Just outside, just off the plate. Gave the umpire pause there at home plate for just a moment. A ball and 2 strikes here to Kat Adams. Now we're at 2 balls and 2 strikes, so the count is evened up.
A grounder to short. Nice backhand, just missed it.
Yeah, tough one. Very deep there in the hole for the shortstop, so a very difficult play for Ileana Munoz to make. She's right there. A great job there to get the glove on that one. But it would have been a difficult throw across the diamond to try to get Adams flying down the line. So the Cats here again with the bases loaded.
Abby Bull up to bat. That was honestly a beautiful backhand. She knocked it down, did what she had to. Did her job. Just barely missed it.
Abby's 1 for 2, a strikeout and a single. She drove in a run and she scored a run her last time up. Drives this one toward the gap in left center. Nice catch there in deep center field by Chloe Size. And tagging up and scoring from third base. Annika McLaughlin, thank you. So another RBI for Abby on the sac fly. Sacrifice fly. And Skylar Harden back up again. A pair of singles, a run batted in, and a run scored for Skylar.
Coming 10-1.
Ball's bounced in front of the plate. Both runners advance here alertly. Very spirited, peppy bench for Cienega. I just love it. I love, you know, youth baseball, youth softball, high school baseball, softball. I'd love to hear that chatter, that jib-jab in the dugouts.
All about positivity here.
No doubt.
That's going to be fair.
Sharp.
Down the
lays
line.
Single down the line.
Skylar's going to make it a double.
So Skylar rolling into second base, stands up. She drives in a couple of runners. Mark scores. Adams scores. And another RBI, this one on a double by Skylar. 2 RBI. She's got 3 runs driven in this afternoon.
Bringing score 12-1, the bottom of the third. Still stuck in this inning for Fairfax. 2 outs.
Sharp ground ball gets through. Runner is flying around hard in here to the plate. And she slides in safely. Surprised that the player on the deck there didn't pull that bat out of the way. Harden had to kind of navigate her way across and over that bat, but she scores her second run. Another single by Valerie Rodriguez.
Double.
Sorry, thank you. A double there, advancing to second base on the throw home.
Double on error. Double on third, double on error.
All right, so 2 outs here.
Up to bat, Linessa Morales.
Linessa, the grand slam last time, in case you forgot, to deep center field. And here's a grounder to second base. Nice throw across there by Mariela Rodriguez to Maritza Rodriguez to end the inning, but it was a damaging long inning here for the Cienega Bobcats, who pushed 10 runs across the board in the bottom of the third inning. We'll take a quick minute break. We'll be back in just a minute right here on Bobcat TV. All right, so there's a pop-up to short. All right, so that was Maritza Rodriguez there with the pop to short. First out of the inning. That brings up Samantha Araso, the right fielder, and she takes a called strike. So 11 runs in that third inning for the Bobcats. And we've got an 0-1 count here to Samantha Araso. And now a ball and 2 strikes. Araso struck out swinging her first time, and she strikes out swinging in that at bat.
All right, Miller, I'm back.
And you're not just back, Reagan, you brought a special guest.
Yes, so with me I have Emily Rodriguez, Valerie Rodriguez's older sister.
Hi, guys. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today.
Of course.
How does it feel for you to come back as an alum
and
watch your younger sister
play?
play?
I love watching her play. It makes it super special since we played last year together, and I can kind of see her just picking up some of my old habits.
Which are good habits, I'm
sure.
Yeah,
my good habits,
That's
yeah.
good. Maybe some of your bad habits, too.
I know, she's laughing.
She's laughing.
Oh, no.
So, Emily, as you know, like, going into the fourth inning, mercy rule.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we stay up by 10, within this inning, then game should be over?
I think it's after 5.
After 5?
Yeah, the club ball is a little different. School ball makes you kind of play 5 innings. Yeah.
Okay, so here we are on the top of the 4th. Good question. We weren't certain about that. If I think about it, that makes sense completely.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then like at the 6th, it's 6 after 8. I'm pretty sure.
There's a deep shot to left field in the corner, and that's a foul ball. Aubrey Marks was there tracking that one. But it has to be encouraging here for Cienega, right? A team with such a rich tradition of success in their history. Opening up here another home playoff match or a play-in game here to get to the bracket, the tournament of 16. I'm sure these girls feel very confident coming into today's game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And last year is kind of the similar pattern. I don't want to jinx anything yet, but a little bit of a similar pattern from our last year's playoff, except that took place on Saturday morning instead. But, yeah, we had an amazing blowout last year Saturday.
Heads up for the fans. That one's out of play.
But very similar to this game, lots of line drives, lots of hard ground balls in the holes. Yeah, defense is looking pretty good, too.
And the way it's shaping out, I think, looking at the bracket, the winner of this game would play on Saturday morning, I think 11 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock game, and probably at Gilbert, the number 6 seed in the tournament.
Oh.
Good attempt there in right field by Skylar Harden, unable to pull that one up off of her shoelaces. But I think that's how it would work, right? Like looking at the bracket, I think Gilbert is the 6th seed. The Tigers of Gilbert, which just, coincidentally, the boys baseball team from Gilbert is playing Cienega's baseball team in a playing game right now.
Yeah, that's what I saw walking up.
So you didn't happen to catch a score on the board on that one, did you?
No, I didn't, but I saw their second pitcher warming up, so.
Cienega's second pitcher?
No, a Gilbert's.
Okay.
So that's good.
I guess that's a good sign.
That's a
we'll
good
take it as a
sign.
good sign. So I want to wish the boys the very best of luck here this afternoon and beyond.
So, Emily, what do you think about this being Tatham's last season?
Oh, I think it's honestly a little crazy. Honestly, did not see that coming. But life has in store bigger things for him, which is great. It's always great.
Easy fly out for Annika McLaughlin. That's going to end the top of the 4th, going into the bottom of the 4th.
Chloe Size there flying out to center field. So an easy 1, 2, 3, very efficient inning for Ali Bernal in the top of the 4th. And the Cats will come to the bottom of the 4th with a 13-1 lead. Let's talk more about Eric Tatham. So a bit of a surprise, right?
Yeah.
So here's somebody who's been the architect of this softball program, who I think eats and drinks and sleeps and breathes softball at Cienega High School and with his club team. Just a remarkable coach. I think the best coach that we have at Cienega in the district. I'll put it in the district here. And one of the best coaches in the entire state of Arizona. Moving on to Benson as the athletic director after the season. But we know how competitive that he is. So we knew that coming into today. I saw the text message this morning that he sent out to the players.
Text, yep.
Love those.
Every morning.
Every morning. Every morning, even on practice days?
No,
Every game
practice.
day morning.
Every game day
All right.
morning.
I mean, the intensity is on an 11 scale here from Coach Tatham. He's dialed in.
Yeah.
There's no way, right, that he is going to take his foot off of the gas pedal.
Oh, absolutely
it's full throttle
not.
all the way.
Yeah, absolutely not. He's been doing that for I don't know how long.
He's hungry
Yes,
for
always.
championships.
Always. No, he's been doing this for a while too. Mr. Nichols is my mentor.
Yes.
And he was telling me how he started off the softball program. They kind of mutually agreed to switch because Tatham started off doing golf, if you guys didn't actually know that. And then they decided to mutually just switch coaching. So Nichols took golf, Tatham took softball, and it kind of just took off from there.
That's interesting. So
Yeah.
Nichols used to be the softball coach. So he
Yes.
started the softball program.
Yes.
Fascinating. Nichols,
Nicol-
a great figure here at Cienega High School.
Nichols Miller coached the JV coach, Lily Lily
that's
Lozano.
right.
Oh,
Yes.
everything's coming full circle here.
Yes.
Oh, that's good to see.
Yep.
Oh, very good. Well, we appreciate you, Emily Rodriguez, coming on this broadcast. Stay with us here. We're going to keep you as long as we can.
Okay.
If we don't wear out our welcome here too quickly.
No,
But
of course
it's just a
not.
great perspective to have here as a graduate from Cienega High School. Now, you had prom last year, right? Did you have a playoff game on that prom Saturday?
No, thankfully we didn't.
Because that happens often.
That happens. It happened, I think, the 3 years before us.
Yes.
Or the 2 years, I guess, because of COVID. But, Yeah, that's something that we were really nervous about. I think before COVID cracked down, I think that's what it was looking like this to be set up for, is that we're going to have it on prom. But prom isn't till May 7th. When's the...
That's right.
So if they win this game, they play the 3rd.
On Saturday.
They play the 3rd. And then if they win that game, I think they play the 5th. And then if they play the 7th.
So Cinco de Mayo is a Thursday. I know that because it's an SEP judging day. I'm judging on that date.
Right. So I was talking to Aubrey today. If they win and keep going, they will play 7 p.m. May 7th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
So Lanessa Morales there goes down swinging, and that brings up Brave Glass. Brave a walk and scored a run, and she struck out in her first at bat. And we've got a new pitcher. So we've got Chloe Size, who is 10-1 on the season, 66 innings pitched, 62 strikeouts, 38 walks, ERA a little bit high at a 5.73. The whip a little high as well at 1.92. So whip is walks plus hits divided by innings pitched. But Size coming out here with a sterling record, 10-1 on the year, and she'll be in, I would imagine, for the duration of the game here for Fairfax. Isabel Mendoza at the plate here, a .323 batting average, a home run and 6 runs batted in. And Reagan, Isabel, is she a sophomore as well?
She's a freshman.
Oh, a freshman. Okay.
Yes. So last year's starting freshman was Valerie and then Lanessa. This year we have Sophia and Isabel.
Okay.
Oh, and last year we also had Kayleigh-Ann, Kenzie, and Brave.
You're perfect for today, Reagan. We appreciate you being on this broadcast. Emily Rodriguez, we appreciate you being here as a special guest.
Oh, thank you.
We always love those commentators popping in unannounced, so thank you for joining us.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, great shot there from our static center field camera.
Oh.
And called strike 3. So Brave Glass goes down looking.
That's Isabel.
Oh, sorry. So what happened to Brave?
Brave got out as well.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Emily, so much for joining us. And well.
Wait, we've got one more batter here, right?
We
got 2 outs.
Okay.
Annika McLaughlin.
Top of the lineup back. So Annika, a pair of singles.
What's her batting average?
It's a 558.
Whew.
Actually, it's higher than that because she has a couple of hits here in her 3 at-bats. So maybe
probably
560.
I wouldn't be surprised if she has some records going on.
Maybe stolen bases, maybe runs scored, like those kind of records, those counting stats.
Yeah, like last year she was top contender for one of the higher batting averages in our region.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep, she's a team leader in batting average at 558.
Crazy.
San Diego softball always holding onto those always having those record-holding players. Last year with Breezy and then Annika.
And she's going to D1 too.
Yes.
Tell us the school again, Reagan.
Gardner Webb.
What state is that in? Sorry, that's a puzzler. Wherever it's located, they're going to get a great softball player as McLaughlin grounds out to second base.
They'll pick up the momentum here soon, though.
So 4-3 here to end the 4th inning.
Oh, I was so wrong. North Carolina.
Okay, very good.
Yep, east side.
Totally different climate right across the country.
Yeah.
Right, all the way east.
Well, they should, if they hold them right here.
This should be
right. So this will be the top of the 5th. So if the
Yeah.
Cats don't allow any runs here,
Should be a.
that would be it for the afternoon.
great game played by all of them.
You can stay or you can go, like the Clash. There's an early Clash song from the early 80s. So
All right. Well, thank you so much, Emily,
yeah, Emily,
for
we
joining us.
appreciate you joining us here.
Course.
You got your wristband. You're
Super
going to the Pima County Fair, I'm guessing.
No, these are for to watch the game.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the wristbands to get for admission here for the game. Proof of pay.
Yep.
Oh, here. I thought you were going to the Pima County Fair.
I did yesterday.
Oh, you did? Okay,
yeah,
good.
It was
All right.
really empty, actually. On weekdays, I guess.
Surprising.
Yeah.
Maybe the wind's a factor.
Maybe.
All right, but Emily, we appreciate it. A great player from Cienega's past, graduate of the class of
you.
2021, and the big sister of
Valerie.
Valerie Rodriguez. Thank you very much. Very good. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate
Of course.
it.
Bye, guys.
Take care. Thank you. All right, so top of the 5th inning, and the Cats a 13-1 lead here. And the leadoff batter, Taylor Etherton, opening for Fairfax. The Stampede. Great season under Joe Lee, 16-11 on the year, 10-0 from the 5A Metro Conference, the champions of the 5A Metro.
As Tatham's saying to his girls, expect the ball high. He wants these 3 outs and the game. Top of the 5th. And Miller, post-game interviews, correct?
Yeah, we certainly can. Why not? We're here.
Just make sure y'all stay tuned for those. That's going to be another strikeout for Allie Bernal. First out of the inning.
So Etherton down on strikes. She doubled to open the game and scored the game's first run. And 1 for 3 afternoon for her.
It's going to be a swing and a miss.
Ada Martinez, she struck out twice today in her 2 at-bats. Both times swinging. Having a tough time with that rise, it looks like here, by Allie Bernal. Bernal's been terrific on the circle for the Cats, pitching this afternoon. Another rise.
Another swing and a miss. Strike 3. Allie Bernal is on fire right now,
Yeah,
just trying to end out the game.
She's straight dealing here with a flourish.
3 up, 3 down for the Bobcats, hoping for one more out.
Strikeout number 7 for Allie Bernal. And that brings up the great hitter, Ileana Munoz, who is 2 for 2. A pair of sharply laced singles to left field.
That's
now
going to
she
be
drives
an
one to center
easy
field.
out for Annika McLaughlin, ending the inning, going to the bottom, or ending the top half of the inning, going.
That should end the game here, Reagan, right?
Yes.
So the 10-run rule being put into play.
Yeah, and that's game.
13-1. So we have options here, Reagan. I mean, you know, we've got a grand slam here by Lanessa Morales. I think she would be a target for sure. And talk to Annika, those 2 girls. I think if you talk to both of those Cats, I'd love to interview Coach Tatham very briefly here.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that would be wonderful. That would be a great way to do this. So we'll let the girls shake hands and congratulate each other. Want to congratulate Fairfax, the Stampede of Fairfax High School, under Coach Joe Lee on a superlative season for them. Certainly ending not the way they wanted to suddenly here against Cienega, but the Bobcats here, pretty stacked team, a team that has run through the gauntlet of 5A softball in the playoffs and won numerous state championships and been in the title game additional times. So this is a team that contends every year, a perennial contender, I would say, in the state of Arizona under the great coach Eric Tatham and his staff. So yeah, we'll grab a couple of players in post-game interviews. Our targets are Annika McLaughlin, the great senior, and Lanessa Morales, who hit a blast of a grand slam over the left center field fence here to break this game wide open in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So stay tuned for post-game interviews, and we'll be back here. Don't go anywhere on Bobcat TV.
Reagan Scott, and welcome back to Bobcat TV. We came out with a great win here at Cienega softball today. I'm with Lanessa Morales. She is a sophomore on Cienega's varsity softball team. So Lanessa, Grand Slam, how does that feel?
It feels good to contribute to my team, especially because lately I haven't been doing the best, but it feels good to finally break out and be contribute to my team during playoffs, especially during the most important time to start with a bang.
No, for sure, and I know that there's been a lot of emotions and kind of wanting to prove ourselves for Coach Tatham being his last season and stuff. So you played varsity last year as a freshman. Coming into your sophomore year starting, how does that feel?
It feels good, especially because I follow in the footsteps of my sister, and last year I didn't get to see the field much, so it feels good to come out in here and support my team and contribute to my team as well, and support. Be there for them. Yeah, be there for them.
So coming in, filling in the footsteps of your sister, is that a big thing for you, or it's I got this, I'm just as good as her, I can fill out those shoes?
I wouldn't say that we're better. I feel that we both have the same. How do you say? Technique. Yes, I feel that we both have something to prove on the field, and I feel that it was my chance to finally come out and prove and show
Make her proud.
Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations today. That was a great hit. It was an absolute bomb. I wish you the best of luck on the rest of playoffs and the rest of your high school career. Good job, Lanessa.
Thank you.
All right, so now I have Miss Annika McLaughlin, the senior center fielder for Cienega's varsity softball. So Annika, great catches all game. I mean, that's what you do. Is there anything that you felt today that was just I'm gonna do this, and you excelled at it?
I feel communicating with the other outfielders, because we have a motto of no doubles a lot from Coach Tatham, and so we really put that in place today, and I feel we did a lot better job today.
Yeah, I definitely saw that. I heard him saying no doubles Aubrey, no doubles Annika, and you guys definitely worked on that. Then you did absolutely amazingly hit, you hit absolutely amazing. So was there anything going up to the plate you were a little nervous about, or you just were confident about the game? You were I know we're gonna win this game.
I felt pretty confident after Cheeky's hit the home run. That helped the team out a lot. I feel our energy just kept rolling with that hit.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, so we talked to you a little bit later or earlier in the year about your commitment to Gardner-Webb. Are you excited to be moving on, or are you definitely going to miss the softball team?
I'll definitely miss having the memories and the players and with the coaches, but I'm excited for my new chapter at Gardner-Webb.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that you did an amazing job, and you're such a valuable piece to the puzzle. And we're definitely going to miss you here at Cienega, but you did great today, and we wish you the best of luck, and good luck on your next playoff game.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I'm Reagan Scott here with Bobcat TV, and I'm going to be passing the mic over to Miller to interview Coach Tatham.
All right, Reagan Scott, what a great job as a color analyst today, also as an interviewer. Come on in here, Coach. Eric Tatham, boy, what a game this was here today. So I know that Fairfax had a good start, right? They put that run across in the top of the first inning, but I know how you're wired, and I know that you like to get right back into it. So reclaiming the lead and then blowing it open with 11 runs in the third inning. Tell me about your lineup and your squad and how resilient that they were today.
All year long they've been battling. We've been battling, and we've been pressured all year long. So being put in a situation like that, Fairfax obviously outstanding hitters. They came in here swinging away. They absolutely took advantage of their great bats, and but our girls have been pushed all year, and once they put one run across, I knew it was going to be a tough game. Tough battle, but I also knew that our girls were up for the challenge.
Alessandra Bernal pitched a beautiful game here today, and Brave Glass, as her catcher, did a wonderful job as her catcher. Tell me about that synergy between the pitcher and the catcher today.
Brave has been hurt for a while, so getting her back in the lineup was nice to get her back behind the plate. I really wanted to put her back in there and give her the opportunity to get her feet wet early in the playoffs. Ashley Higdon has done an outstanding, wonderful job coming in and taking over and doing a great job behind the plate, coming through with the stick. So we have a two-headed monster there behind the plate. And they both call great pitches for Alessandra and for Kenzie and for Mia, and all of our pitchers, and they're just mature behind their years, I think.
Great attack here, 1 through 9 in the order. You've got patient hitters who are looking to attack the zone. Tell me about your lineup and how deep it is.
Oh man, you know, it's as a coach, it's one of those lineups where you put it on paper and you just salivate, because you know individually every single one of them can get the job done, and collectively when it comes together like it did in that one inning, that's what this team can do. And you know, I've been telling them all year long that, you know, once we all put it together at the same time, good things are going to happen, and they made it happen today.
Another great McLaughlin. So Annika, your leadoff hitter, the speedy center fielder, older sisters Faith and Peyton. Am I missing any other McLaughlins? Savannah. I mean, that's what a family of great softball players. Tell me about the impact that they've made here on this program.
Oh man. You know, every time I turn around, it looks like I've got a McLaughlin in the lineup, and that's just really comforting to know, because I know, you know, they're part of my family, and I've known them for a long time, and I know that they all battle, and I know that they're smart about the game, and you know, having Annika in there as the is kind of the icing on the cake for the McLaughlin family, and it's great to see her have success today as well. And center field, oh my goodness, she tracks everything out there.
She's all over the place. Great defense here across the board. So we think Saturday, right, against Gilbert, most likely the number 6 seed in the tournament. Is that what you think is going to happen Saturday morning, 10 o'clock?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I really don't understand the way that they do the seeding, because you'll notice that numbers, even though Gilbert's number 6 right now, things are going to shake out, and they'll reseed us as we move forward. You know, depends on where, you know, what seed we, you know, it could change.
For sure.
Oh yeah, we're going to be traveling. There's some great Tucson teams in this as well. Marana and Ironwood Ridge, of course. I'm not sure what's going on with them today. And Sunnyside, you know, and so we could have those guys again too, and it'd be great.
Eric Tatham, the legendary coach of Cienega High School. Man, you've made an impact here, and I know I'm not going to get emotional because you've got another game on Saturday, but I just want to thank you. You always do things the right way. You're always gracious in victory and in defeat, and we wish you the best of luck on Saturday moving forward with these girls.
Thank you, Jason.
You're the best, man. You're the best.
I don't really know what to say other than I appreciate the opportunities that Cienega has given me to be the coach of this program. Put my heart and soul into it. I appreciate you, Jason, for always giving me the fist pump, giving me a lot of confidence. You know, it takes a whole, you know, they say it takes a village to raise kids. It also takes a village to support a team like this, and we appreciate the Vail community for sure.
You're the best, man. Congratulations and best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to sign it off. There's a great coach, a great person, right? One of my favorite people. Thank you so much. For the whole crew, I want to thank everybody for tuning in here today. Nick Irvin is our director. Hunter Alexander is our producer. We have Nick Powell and Jack Ferguson III on camera. Reagan Scott was unbelievable as an analyst here today and also in post. I'm Jason Miller. And our special guest here, Emily Rodriguez. I want to thank her as well. So we'll see you next time. We think it'll be a volleyball match, probably on Friday, May the 6th at 6 o'clock. So be sure to tune in for that. For Bobcat TV, for the whole crew, I want to thank you and wish these girls the best of luck moving forward in their playoff run. Good night, everybody.